Hello, everyone. Welcome to Grow with Kylie. I'm so glad that you're here. If you are new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. As you can see from the title today, it is called Back to School. And this is not about your regular back to school supplies, your hairdos, the trends, the clothes, the uniforms, and your confidence, your attitude, and your swag. Because, yes, you got to have those things. But you need to be spiritually set going back to school. I want to give you guys some motivation, a little bit of inspiration, and things that you really need to hold tight onto for your individual grade level. I'm going to be talking about all the different high school grade levels, 9 through 12, and then also a little bit on the middle schoolers. But what I really want to make a point of today is all in all, we really, as followers of Christ at our young ages, really need to get this set in our brains. And honestly, I just want to touch base with everybody and just really um, get in your heads before school starts or as school is starting up, like truly, and just motivate you guys and really get you guys just feeling better in general. I honestly think this is a really short summer, and having to go back to school for people that are going back tomorrow on the 12th, having to go back to school and then doing the entire week, Monday through Friday, as opposed to previous years when they only did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when you went back. That's insane. You're back to waking up early. You're back to dealing with teachers, with people, especially people who can see the spiritual side of things, and having to be back in school with some kids who just don't have home training or aren't spiritually there or aren't even followers of God. And they just really are doing that type of lifestyle where it's like YOLO and you only live once type of thing. It's so much. And on top of that, you're dealing with your own stuff. So I really want to just speak about that today. Like I said, for each individual grade level, help you guys out, give you guys a bit of advice, some tips, and overall help you guys on this this new school year. Because honestly, world's getting crazier. School is crazy within itself. And I feel for you. So we're gonna start with my freshmen, my ninth graders, okay? New, and I'm reading off my paper here, but I'm gonna expound. New environment, new grade, starting your 4 years. Start it off right, let go of the middle school mindset, and step into high school on a high note. Know that you can, know that you can explore, find your passion, build your relationship with God. That is my advice to the freshmen, and to expound upon that and to continue to talk about that going into the first 4 years, high school and everything like that. It's a new environment for sure. You are now back to being the babies of the school, but also there's like grown people there, especially with the seniors and all that going on. So that within itself is already kind of frustrating and a little bit, like, I want to say scary. That's scary, But what I really want you guys to start with my freshmen, build your relationship with the Most High. You are going to need it for this year. You're going to need it for the years to come. Build your relationship with the Most High. You are growing up. You are definitely set in being a teenager now. Hormones are still going on. You're still going through things, still going through growth spurts, yes. But build your relationship with the Most High, especially over these next 4 years. You're going to need it before you become legally grown. And also, it's important to have. It may not look the best, your relationship, but it it's a great thing to start investing into, because you just don't know how much you're going to need it. So when I say build your relationship with God, start by praying every morning. Talk to him during school. If you have some time alone, just thank the Most High for the littlest things. If you're doing your homework, and after your homework, if you just have 5 more minutes, read a Psalms, read a proverb scripture. Like I said, keep praying. Pray when you wake up, pray when you go to bed. If you are in sports, pray before you get on that field. And you don't literally have to close your eyes and like get on to the zone, because obviously, you have to be logical about where you are at that moment. But in your mind, just continuously have that relationship and that conversation with God. It's so important. I think for all grade levels this is important, but especially for the freshmen, it's really going to have you set for the next 4 years. And then when I say find your passion, if you already have something you're passionate about, you are really skillful at, and you are using that for the glory of God, congratulations, amazing. I'm very, very proud of you, especially at that age. But for the people that don't necessarily know what they want to do with their lives, I'm not saying you have to figure it out now, because there's so much more time to figure that out in the next 3 years of school. But try to explore, try to find different things that you are interested in, things that just make your brain go, yeah, this is it. try to find that motivates you, that keeps you going, and how you can use it for the glory of God as you continue to build that relationship with him. So it's all a process. It's all like this one big gigantic circle of it goes together. But yes, explore, try new things, build your relationship with the Most High, especially if you don't have one as of yet, really. Sophomores, maybe freshman year wasn't the best. You're expected to know, but you don't. Don't worry. Keep being passionate. Stay true to yourself. Don't overdo it. In this sophomore phase, you are done being a freshman now, and you are a 10th grader. So in this phase, it's so weird, and I think about it, is you're expected to know, but you also don't really know. And it's like being a middle child. Sophomore is giving middle child. That's what it's giving, honestly, because you are trying to think about your future, but honestly, you really don't know. And maybe you weren't set in freshman year when it came down to your passions and all the stuff you were interested in. You don't really have that. Or you actually, like, it changed over the summer, or maybe what you're interested in now is not what you're interested in now is not what you're interested a year ago or 2 years ago in middle school or whatever. So my thing about this time is that you have to stay true to yourself. This is like when I say being the middle child, it's kind of a character building point. So from what you built off yourself within freshman year, regardless if you liked it or not, here is your time to really get yourself set in stone and who you truly are. So look within, but look to God most importantly. Everything, and I'm going to say this for the juniors as well, because I remember writing that down. Everything that you are doing, everything that you want to pursue, you gotta just check it with the Most High. Like I said, building that relationship. As you're getting set into that relationship with the Most High, start talking more to him. Ask him more. Like, be honest with the Most High, whether that be with yourself or the things that you really want to pursue and you just need an answer and you want to know how to use it for him. Ask, read. And for sophomore year, don't overdo it. I wrote that down. Don't try to do too much. This happens a lot. This happens with me. Overthinking and doing too much, overdoing it. Simplicity is so important in this stage. Just staying true to yourself, really finding out more about yourself, continue to pursue those passions, finding your passions, building a relationship with the Most High, asking him more, reading more, all those things like that. Sophomore year, staying true to yourself. Simplicity is key. Juniors, some may have figured it out, others maybe not so much. Be honest with yourself, look within, look to God, and be wise. There was another part in here. Get advice. So I put, look to God, get advice, and be wise. Sorry, my handwriting. Get advice and be wise. I know for a lot of people during junior, it is definitely the time to start looking at colleges, or it's definitely the time to start really getting set in stone. Like, this is when you have to do it. This is when you have to be like, okay, this is what I want to do in my life. Okay, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm gonna do. This is the stage where people start driving and becoming more independent and start getting jobs. Some people probably already had jobs, but getting jobs, and I'm sorry, my video cut off, and really figuring out what they want to do, right? So junior year, being wise is so important. And that's when I said freshman year, start building a relationship with the Most High. Sophomore year, simplicity, continue to ask and seek him. Junior year, you are going to need to be wise in your decision making. This is a time where you're going to need to gain wisdom. How do you gain wisdom? By fearing the Most High, keeping his commandments, remaining righteous. The Most High applies wisdom onto you. This is where you have to trust in the Most High and really have a set in stone relationship with him, so that therefore you may know what you need to be pursuing, what you need to be doing, and all those different things like that. You're becoming more independent and you need great advice. You need to be opening up yourself to actually understanding and not being so stuck in your ways. This is the times where you have to change your mindset and really focus on what type of mind that you do have, that you're going out into the world with, because now you're dealing with more people. Possibly now you're going to be on the road with people, like literally driving. You have to be on your game, basically. So you're not a kid anymore. That's what junior year sounds like. And as much as you want to enjoy it, it is really a time where maturity has to set in, especially for senior year as well. But just in this time alone, getting things set into stone is so important. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to tell you this is the time where you have to really kick into gear and be like, okay, this is what's going on. I got to step up to the plate. There's no messing around no more. We have to step up to the plate, right? So, like I said, look to God, get advice, be wise, and obviously be honest with yourself. This is the time where you can possibly make a mistake about something that you can make a mistake about a really big decision, right? Because you may have been going off of advice of a friend or an advice of something you saw on social media, and you have to look within and you have to look to the Most High. You have to know what type of person you are. If you need to change anything about yourself, when it comes down to your, characteristics and all that stuff like that, or and like I said, your mindset. And then you really need to look within and be honest with yourself about what you truly, truly, truly love. Okay. So, junior year, not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to let you know things are getting serious. Seniors, grown, maybe a bit, maybe a little bit scared. Get in your word, get with God, run everything past the Almighty, be intentional with everything you do, and make it count. So, everyone wants to live it up their senior year, and I totally, totally understand it. But after this is being your fourth year within high school, and before you go out into the world, truly and honestly, you need to not only just make that time count, but you also need to be intentional with everything that you do, right? You're not grown yet, but you basically are considered it, if that makes sense. So, like I said, get with God, run everything past the Almighty, and really start practicing how you are going to be in your adult life, right? We want to make sure we have strong minds and, making sure that we are being wise in people that we have around us or things that we are like, pursuing, and possibly people that we're pursuing. We have to make sure that everything gets run past God, and we have to be intentional with everything that we do. This is a time where you have to make it count. Not only just enjoying your senior year, but when I say make it count, make it make sense. Make it make sense for your future. Make it make sense maybe for now, but it has to make sense. And this is why I said in junior year, making sure that you are gaining wisdom, because you're going to need it for senior year and the rest of your life. So having that relationship built with the Most High from freshman year to sophomore year, from junior year, seeking Him more, and then in senior year when you truly need to be walking like Christ, it honestly, you're kind of grown now. And not, like I said, not trying to scare you, but this is your time to making sure things happen that are making sense, and you're not making silly mistakes that don't need to be made. This is a time to start really getting your hands into, in the church, and giving back and serving and practicing gratitude for everything and appreciating everything around you, because it's going to change. So, like I said, be intentional with everything, run everything past the Almighty, make it count. Sixth grade through eighth grade. Let's see. So we have the sixth graders who just came from elementary school. We have the eighth graders are going to high school, and then we have our seventh graders who are, like I said, the middle child, who tend to be really weird. Honestly, if we're being honest, tend to be really, really weird just because of everything that's going on within them. Appreciate where you are, and don't try to act above your age, if that makes sense. So don't try to act grown because you are nowhere near grown. You may be going through a lot of things that are making you grown physically, biologically, but this is where you have to really truly listen to your parents. And if you are someone who has a relationship with the Most High, and you are reading your Bible and you're starting to understand who God is, it's when you have to learn the basics. Kindergarten, you learn most of your fundamentals and things that you need, like brain wise, but spiritually, this is where you have to make that time count to getting the basics injected into you, basically. And what I mean by that is 10 commandments right there. Um, Learning who Christ is and his character, that right there. learning about different, what we call, characters in the Bible: David and Nehemiah and Job and Daniel, all the different things that's happened, getting an overall picture of what God has done in their lives, and to see the true beauty and the holiness and the amazingness of the Most High. That is so important for 6th through 8th, because you are coming out of that kid stage, you are in that true honest teenager stage, and then for 8th graders you're going into high school. So all you have to know, just you have to know God, and then for high schoolers you got to know God. So for 6th to 8th you just have to know about who he is. I know everyone's at different levels, especially, and there's so much things that are going on in that time, so much self-doubt and anxiety and insecurity that is going on during that time. This is where I truly honestly believe that you need to listen to your parents, most importantly, and have those, get yourself set down, like get the structure going, get your thing going. There's a lot of things that you're going to be interested in. It's probably going to change within the next 2, 3, 4 years. But don't try to act outside of your age. Don't think that you are all grown up yet, because you're not. You're just simply going through a lot of, I guess, hormonal things and things that are going on within your body and within your brain, because you're developing who you are. And in this time, you're going to have a lot of awkward stages and a lot of embarrassment going on about yourself, because all just going to be a part of a story that you can tell, your kids, or possibly your nieces and nephews, or a cousin or whatever, a younger cousin when you get older. So this is just a time where you just need to be in a learning stage, and a stage of making sure that you're doing more of listening than you are speaking, especially when it comes down to listening to your parental guardians, and period. Overall, that concludes the video. I want to give some advice to everyone in general. Everyone, 6th through 12th, focus on what you can control. It may be cliche, but do your best. Be honest with yourself. And whatever environment you're in, regardless if you want to be there or not, do your best. Be responsible and mature. You can have emotions, but remember, everything must go through the Most High. And at school, you are there to learn, not to play around. And you just know that there's a time for learning, there's a time for playing. Look to the Most High and become the best possible version of yourself every single day, better than you are yesterday. So that is all for the video. Sorry for the longness. I actually am going to split everything up into timestamps for the specific grade levels. And you guys are back to school. I feel for you, but remember, you got this. You know God. You're learning more and more every single day. You can do this. I believe in you. And make sure that you stay prayed up, and stay away, especially from those certain kids and those certain people who will take you off track with the Most High. Love you guys so much, and you guys have a great rest of your day.